You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.
Everyone, and welcome to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates. Welcome to our viewers on our varying platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and 102 on Amplier. We are here. I am here. You're seeing me first, but of course you'll see my co-host later on. I'm here to bring you that youthful vibe and that vigor to get through the rest of the week. We had Republic Day celebrations yesterday, and of course we'll have to ramble about that. We'll talk about that as the program goes on. But for now, I'd like to hand you over to news in 90 seconds with Miss Jo Sheldon.
Thank you, Natalia. Here's your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, September 25th, 2024. Several Tobagonians were honored with Hummingbird Gold and Silver medals at the 55th Trinidad and Tobago National Award Ceremony at the President's House last evening. Individuals received the Hummingbird Gold Medal: Eileen Allen Daniel and Beverly Ramsey Moore for Culture, Arts and Community Development, Dr. James Armstrong for Arts and Public Service, Naveen Stewart for Sport, specifically cricket, and Stanford Kalinda for Public and Community Service. Hummingbird Medal Silver, 2 individuals were awarded: Cindy Ramnarang for Education and Devon Stewart for Culture and the Arts. Meanwhile, at the Republic Day Award ceremony in Tobago, several groups and individuals were honored for their outstanding performances and contributions. The club was named the most impactful youth organization for 2024, while the House of Judith received the Entrepreneur of the Year award. The Monk St. George Village Council was recognized as the most impactful NGO, CBO, and FBO. Marlon Tuppen was awarded the most outstanding sports, and Donella Walker received the same honor in the female category. The final award, the Minister's Spirit Award, was presented to Jamel Morton. Property owners and occupiers who have received property tax assessment notices from the Board of Inland Revenue now have until November 29th to pay without penalties, as per Legal Notice 175 of 2024. The Finance Ministry also extended the deadline for issuing these notices to October 31st to address delays some homeowners are experiencing. Finance Minister Colum Imbert acknowledged the challenges with notice distribution and assured that additional payment options are being explored. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Joshelle, for that excellent read of the news in 90 seconds. Now, Joshelle, let's go into our birthdays. I'm very excited to talk about Republic Day, but we have to tell people happy birthday first, right? So let's go into that excitement first and then Republic Day. So who do we have up first? We have Miss Fanta Carrington. Happy birthday to you, Fanta, and I do hope that you really enjoy that day. Happy birthday goes out to you from the Tobago Updates Youth Wednesday family. Next up, we have Ramati Kwashi. Happy birthday to you and God's blessings. I do hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And lastly, but certainly not least, Miss Sadisha Thomas. Happy birthday to you, and I hope that you enjoy the entirety of the day. Happy birthday to you. All right, so that's it for birthdays this morning. But we would just want to say happy birthday to those who may not have been able to send in their pictures this morning. I want to welcome on, of course, one of my co-hosts, that is Mr. Dwayne Nurse. Good morning to you, Dwayne.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. And it's always a pleasure to be here with you. We kind of accentuating here today the colors.
Yes.
This is not green, guys. I have on here. This is actually blue. This is burgundy, and I see the two of you have on some semblance of black. But you say you don't want to get into. You was not yet ready to get into Republic Day, so let me get into it now.
All right.
I did
but
not
first,
see you.
This is also Miss Joshelle Dan. She'll be joining us this morning as our co-host.
Oh yes, good morning, Miss Dan.
Good morning,
Oh,
guys.
I thought you did all of that already.
No, I
hence the reason.
introduced you, you know. I had
Okay.
to bring you in.
Okay.
You're sitting right next to me, and Joshelle did our news in 90 seconds.
Okay, well, I thought you all did that pleasantry already. You know, my humblest apologies. Miss Dan, you're always a part of us.
Yes.
Pleasure to have you.
Right, so into the excitement of Republic Day. Now, you all may be wondering why I am so excited to talk about this day. When it was my first year at Roxborough.
No, man.
What?
No, man. So all your life you living in such proximity
Yes.
to Roxborough, and is your first time going to Roxborough?
First time going to Roxborough to watch that lovely fireworks.
Wow.
I'm always hearing about it, you know, people always saying you need to look at Republic Day fireworks, not coming down on Independence fireworks, because, you know, we're grateful for everything that we have, right? But
It
people
pales in comparison.
yes, really
Roxborough
and
is the best.
truly.
No, Roxborough is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roxborough is it. Right, and guys, if you have never been to the cultural show and the fireworks on Republic Day, it's you're missing out. Right, Miss Dan, were you able to attend?
I did not go this year.
But you went already.
Yes, I
That's
went
an
on multiple occasions, of course. I
Okay,
live
good,
right
good,
there. Of
good,
course I
good,
went.
good.
I was tired this year, really sleepy, so I decided to sleep in. However, I was hearing the fireworks from Pembroke, which tells me that it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Very
feeling this heavy piece of shade because, you know, it's the first time I went to Roxborough.
But whose fault is that?
No, but Roxborough, the fireworks, especially, I had a really good seat. Okay, let me tell you where I was sitting. So you know that entrance a little bit before to go into Renaissance, before the gas station. So the fireworks were literally popping right in front of me, like everything.
No, that could never. Hold on, that could never be true, right? Because if it was right in front of you, it would be blown up. Right? That could never be true.
The view was right in front of me. The view of the fireworks.
Okay, you were seeing the fire. Okay, good.
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
Really great
Come on, you
seat
give
in
me man.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to be right up underneath the fireworks. I didn't want to.
You couldn't.
My partner was telling me, you know, don't go up underneath because you'll break your neck. You know, you had to be at this distance to have this good view. That fireworks last night, I want to just big up my island. You know, big up Tobago, big up Roxborough, big up the Republic Day. Everything was just well done for the fireworks. 30 minutes of endless fireworks, different designs, everything, and then the finale was just. Everything just came together, you know. I don't mind going to Roxborough next year, given that they keep up the work that they did this year.
All right, so guys, you know, for those of you who were able to make it, and even if those of you who would have stayed home and show that, you know, we can, you know, be grateful for the fact that we became a republic on that special day.
Yes.
So I want to go quickly to the rundown. Quite an interesting turn of events here this morning.
Yeah.
Would you do us the honors?
Sure, not a problem. So our first guest on will be Mr. Kelvon Morris. He's the minority leader and area rep for Darrell Spring WIM. He'll be talking to us about a day of prayer and thanksgiving. Very interesting interview to be had there. We saw the live and we want to hear more about what he has to say. And then, of course, we go into an interview with Miss Laureen Boris Phillips, who will be telling us about an evening of musical vibes. So, you know, we have that transition there from Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving to a Day of Music. And we're very much interested to hear what the interviews have to offer, right? So, to our viewers that are still with us and those just joining in, before we go, I just want to encourage you to share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October. And embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release.
Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun, in Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on.
From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival.
Down here in Tobago. In Tobago.
Whether you're tripping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making my plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Now here we're going on. You see this section? It makes me feel to move. You know why? It's called Pina Colada. I like Pina Colada.
Oh. Forget just the girl them crave for. They really need it too. When you play with
oh my goodness. And as the name says, it is as creamy as it's sweet.
Never wanna leave cause the drinks them running for throw. Cause I really feel a vibe every time I start right down and up and like this, man, it's nothing like this. Not too bad like you. Forget just me say something and nobody like you. And every single time we touch, you know I never stop.
This is Pina Colada, something nice with a little bit of spice, and of course, not once, but we're gonna do it twice.
Cruise make the border.
We are on the road with Pina Colada. Boom, boom.
Don't tell me about work I out on the road today. Don't tell me about work I out on the road today. Don't tell me about work I out on the road today.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning.
And we are back here on Tobago Updates Youth Wednesdays. As promised, we kick off our interviews with minority leader and area representative of the Darrell Spring WIM area, Mr. Kelvon Morris. So good morning to Mr. Morris.
Good morning, Tobago. Good morning to all our young people. It's indeed a pleasure to be chatting with you all this morning. I think this is my first interview on the youth program, so it's indeed a pleasure. Good morning, all.
Good morning to the youth program. I'll be joined with Mr. Joshua Dan, and of course we'll be going through that topic of a day of prayer and thanksgiving that you have been advertising on social media platforms, right? So my first question to you is, what sparked the idea of having a day of prayer and thanksgiving?
Well, just before I get into that day of prayer and thanksgiving, I just simply would want to step back a bit and congratulate all the recipients of national awards, as well as the persons who received awards at the celebration yesterday at Delaford as well. All the awardees, we want to thank them for their service to nation and to Ireland. So just wanted to really extend those that congratulations to each and everyone who was recognized.
Of course, and Tobago Updates, Youth Wednesdays, and Tobago Updates on a whole, we extend our congratulations to the awardees.
Yes, definitely. But in terms of the call for a day of prayer and thanksgiving, that would have been something I would have been inspired by through, as you go through, as you recognize as young persons, wherever you are positioned, I always take it that, it is not by accident. Your call to service is one that is usually divine, and therefore you will from time to time find yourself surrounded by persons who are spiritual in nature, and they will from time to time share some guidance. You need that as a leader in any sphere, and therefore even as I go through this journey as an area representative and a minority leader, that is something I hold dear to myself, and therefore I tend to be very obedient when those messages are put across. And even in my own interactions and my own calling, there are times when you're just spirit led, and this is something that within my own being I was pushed to share with the entire island, that the time has come for us to put aside all the petty differences and just come together as a people and share this day and this moment in which we go to our creator, our supreme being, with that sense of humility, asking and for forgiveness, for repentance, and just asking for a thorough healing of this precious land that is Tobago. And we are hoping that going forward, that would not just be a day that we come together, but it would be a catalyst for change, genuine change in our behaviors, in even how we relate with one another. And that is what this day of prayer is about a coming together of an island and its people in an atmosphere of spirituality that will inspire divine change. So that is the hope, and that is the message, and we're calling on all persons who are just interested in this island, love this island, and want to see us do better, for us to put aside whatever differences we have, come together, arms in prayer, hands and heart together, and really be able to put our various challenges to the table and ask for divine intervention.
All right, so I'm hearing the ideas that would come out of this program, this prayer and thanksgiving program. So what would be the prayer goals for the day? I know that the crime situation is a very big issue. It's leaking, I should say, want of a better word, over into Tobago. So what would be your prayer goals for the day in terms of the crime and in terms of anything else on a whole?
So we've been inspired to really focus on 9 prayer points, and of course, as you rightfully indicated, crime and the current status of criminality on the island would be one of those areas we will be focusing as areas for divine intervention. So we have, and I'll just share with you, we're going to be praying for leaders, and this isn't just the political leaders, but leaders in all, as I said, all spheres, all aspects of leadership across the island and the country. We'll be saying a special prayer for our nation and our island. We also, very interestingly, will be praying specifically for our youth, children, and our schools. We'll be praying specifically for our families and our communities. Crime, as we said, we'll be praying for all our public servants and our workers. We'll be praying for all our churches and our spiritual organizations. And of course, we'll be praying for health and well-being for all our people and the economy of Tobago and the country. So those are the prayer points we are hoping to focus on. But interestingly, what we also want to leave open is a segment for persons who simply are so inspired and so moved to, whether be by way of a testimonial or by way of a prayer or even by way of some sort of song or so, want to share in this moment, there will be a segment open for that kind of participation. And this is why we are really hoping that persons would come out and genuinely come out to be inspired, come out to be moved, and allow this day to be a day of, it must be revolutionary, it must be a day of renewal, and a day that we as Tobagonians can look back and be proud that we were able to come together in prayer and thanksgiving, and in going forward, we were able to see the change that we hope to see.
All right. So you said that we will be coming together. You are making a very big emphasis on that. Well, you rightly said in the live that you shared that we have a plethora of denominations on the island, and of course, by extension, the religions that we also have on the island. So how do you plan on bringing them together? How do you, what denominations can we look forward to seeing? What religions can we expect to see joining on this day?
So let me also, before I go into that, just share the date and the time so persons who are probably looking onto the show would view at some point. The day proposed is Sunday, 29th of September, 2024. We are hoping, I'm just going to put it out there, but we'll confirm. We have requested James Park, and once we get the approval, that would be shared as well. And we are looking at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So it will be 3 hours of prayers and worship. And we have reached out to all the major denominations and various religious groups, from the Christian groups to our Muslim brothers and our Hindu brothers and sisters as well. There are some traditional groups as well in Tobago. So we are going to include everyone. We don't want to leave out anyone. And of course, there is a body, an ecclesiastic body in Tobago. So we are also going to have them involved in terms of mobilizing their membership. One of the things we wanted to do as well, because each denomination, they usually have their overarching body. So the invitation's going to go to the head of those groups, and they would filter it down to their various various churches within the Tobago space. So we're hoping between Saturday and Sunday morning, the invitations would get from pastor to pastor to congregation, and various word of mouth route. But this isn't about some people tend to take things very personal if they don't get a special invitation. The special invitation is this invitation that goes out to all of Tobago, because I see each and every one of us as special, unique, and important to this fight and this battle that we are in, and therefore this battle is one that requires us to be unified. This battle is one that requires us to be together, and this battle is one that requires us to speak with one voice. So I'm really hoping that we can put, as I continue to say, put our differences, whether it be political, social, cultural, or so, aside, and we can really, if not in this instance, but just come together as an island to treat with this challenge that we face across the island, not just crime, but all the other various challenges.
Okay.
I really love and appreciate how we are seeing the integration of different religious organizations for this day of prayer. I think that is something that we should continue doing. But is that something that you plan on doing, or is this a one-time thing?
Well, as I said, for me, this is a start, and it's something, not every day you would see a politician being the one who is out there promoting spirituality. I also want to say this because, sometimes people may also judge and say, but I don't know him to be a pastor, or I don't know him. It's not about perfection. I am not perfect. I have my daily challenges like everyone. And but it is something that I was inspired to put to a call that I was inspired to do for all of Tobago. And I take it with humility, and I'm just in this instance the messenger, but I hope people pay more attention to the message than the messenger. And going forward, I really hope that we get back to a place where Tobago is an island known for people of high moral and spiritual values. That is how we were inculcated as young boys and girls. We came in an era where, I'm not too sure about you all, but we could not survive on a Sunday without going to Sunday school. And you regardless of wherever your parents sat as in terms of their own spiritual experience, you had to be really in a village. You really were exposed to all the religions, and that's why it's so easy for me to appreciate that every religion has its value, and therefore we should not exclude anyone, but we should be inclusive in how we operate within the Tobago space.
I agree with you, dear. I grew up in a very religious community. Shout out to Glamorgan people, right? So I have an idea of what it means to grow up in church. Well, I worship on Saturday, but obviously I would have grown up with people who would have worship on Sunday. So I know the importance of prayer and of spirituality, and I think that praying over a situation is something that is important. But is prayer really and truly enough to deal with the situations that we are experiencing here in Tobago? Does the Minority Council have any other plans or initiatives to tackle these issues?
Well, of course, and there's a scripture that says prayer without works is dead, and therefore, as you rightfully point out, prayer by itself will not salvage our challenges. But it is important to have spiritual consciousness and always recognize that, as much as we want to do it alone or believe we have all the answers, there's a higher being and that we need to always rely upon. And once you rely on him, he would then inspire the things that are required for you to do. And once you trust in him in that way, then everything else aligns. And therefore, this is how I operate as a minority leader. I don't believe that I'm the brightest or I have all the answers. I trust in the Almighty to bring the right persons around me, and therefore we are able to work together to look at situations, look at how we can treat with them, how we can propose ideas towards change and meaningful actions. And therefore, it is a start, but it is not the be-all and end-all. It is not that we are resigning ourselves and saying that we don't have a responsibility. In fact, this is our first responsibility, to accept that we require divine intervention, we require that guidance, and in receiving that guidance, we can move to actions that can bring about the right solution. So this is the hope, this is the idea, and I'm just hoping that that Sunday goes well. And whether we have 2 persons or 100 persons, I believe it would be a success, because the scriptures say where 2 or 3 are gathered, the Father will be in the midst. So that is the hope, and we look forward to even seeing you, young persons here on the set. Here I'm gonna be there worshiping and making sure your presence is felt. So you are also invited. I hope I'll be looking out, especially Mr. Nurse. I'll be looking out for you. So hopefully you all will be on set present at James Park on Sunday as well.
All right. Just to piggyback on what Joshelle asked, now you said that we are working toward togetherness in terms of this prayer and thanksgiving program, and we're also looking towards solutions afterward, given that God gives us those solutions, because we are praying for those solutions to combat the different issues on our island. Would you be willing, because you said that we want to put away the pettiness and stuff like that, are we willing to work with the Chief Sec's office, as you said, that we'll be contacting to get the program done? If there are solutions that come out from that, would you be willing to work toward those solutions after this program has ended?
I've always walked the talk. This minority leader from the onset. I don't know if you recall, and you were following during the period of COVID-19, and we had our challenges there. I immediately reached out to the Chief Secretary and said, let us work together. We have some ideas. Let us see how we can put those ideas together. And we met and we had those discussions. And quite recently, again, with the challenges we're facing with crime, again, I reached out, Chief Secretary. We have a challenge, notwithstanding that, yes, the construct of the Tobago House of Assembly Act says that security is a 6th schedule item, but we have a responsibility to the people of Tobago. Let us see how we can work together. And that has always been our mantra. What is good for Tobago? We will always be there, be a voice to lend to the discussions, always available. And of course, there are issues where we will be at variance because we may believe it can be done differently or better. And you also see our voices there. But it doesn't mean because we don't have the same political ideology that we cannot work together. So, and this has always been our position. We would do whatever is in the best interest for the island and its people. We'll always be there as a strong voice and strong pillar of support.
All right, so we thank you so much, Mr. Morris, for joining us this morning. I really do hope that going forward for this prayer and thanksgiving program, that it is a success. We see the differences, the changes that are being made on this island, both positively but negatively out at the forefront. Crime is becoming a really major issue. We move from being a very safe and serene Tobago to not even being able to stay out at certain times in the night, and it really is troubling, right? So if this is the first step that we need to take, and that is going to God in prayer, then we'll take it and we'll go forward with the solutions that we have coming out of this. So once again, thank you for joining us here on Youth Wednesdays. I know it's your first time on Tobago.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Thank you also
so
for having me and having this discussion, very important discussion, on your platform as an opportunity to share. I'm really appreciative.
All right, thank you so much once again, Mr. Morris. Viewers, as we stay tuned, we're having a little shift. We're going from a day of prayer and thanksgiving into musical vibes. So stay tuned and share the live, share the live, share the live.
Guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago, so it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU. Attention all talented individuals and groups in Tobago. This is your moment to shine. Showcase your skills in music, dance or drama at Tobago Star Quest. Prelim auditions are held every Sunday across various communities throughout Tobago. Seize the chance to win exciting prizes and demonstrate your talent. For more details, visit our Instagram page at tobago.star.quest or email tobagostarquest@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you there.
Stop. You don't have to sneak in. You don't have to sneak. Pigeon Point Security, we have an access pass. You don't have to sneak in.
What access pass is that?
The new Pigeon Point Breaking Beach access card. With this card, you can get free access to Pigeon Point, a free umbrella, and a free chair. So make sure you get your Pigeon Point access card.
I can get that?
Definitely. This is your access card, so you can now go into Pigeon Point.
Okay. Guys, we outside in Pigeon Point, sun, and we enjoying it with we access cards. All social media links to Youth Voice and Pigeon Point would be tagged, and stay tuned for it.
Go in, you have to stop it, you have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it every night.
That's it, that's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Shoutouts Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates Morning Show. You bring us here live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. My name is Dwayne Nurse, your favorite youth host. And here, for those of you who might have closed the door, this is Tobago Updates Youth Wednesday. And this morning we're going to take it down a notch, keeping it on the spiritual spectrum. We're talking about an evening of musical vibes. Please note the lingo. And this morning to have this discussion, we have Mrs. Lauren Phillips Boris Phillips, who is the Vestry Fundraising Committee, and we have Reverend Adolph Davis. Oh, quite a tongue twister there. Good morning and welcome. It's a pleasure to have you guys here this morning.
Thank you.
Kindly, just for the viewers who may not know who you are, just share a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Well, I am a member of the Vestry Fundraising Committee of the Scarborough Methodist Church, because we are attempting to expand our vestry in the back there. And of course, you know what costs are these days.
Yes.
I remember many years ago, a house, you could get it for about $100,000. And
really?
of course, yes.
So they won't joke when they say bring back the old time days.
No. If costs could come down a bit, I'd be happy.
Yes.
But you know, for the vestry, we have a task ahead of us, and you know, we are approaching it with confidence and faith in God.
Amen.
Reverend Adolph Davis. I am the superintendent, minister of the Methodist churches in Tobago, which includes the Scarborough congregation. And there are actually 10 congregations throughout Tobago, and Scarborough is perhaps the most visible and prominent. And so it's, you know, I'm here in a sense to support Sister Lorraine and the Vestry Fundraising Committee.
That's very good. And she looked at you before she answered. And, you know, she knows that you're a gentleman, so you gave her the floor first. So she ladies first.
Man, I'm happy you're observing these important courtesies, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Chivalry shouldn't die because I'm young. Anyway, you know, we're here to discuss evening of musical vibes. You know, and I note the lingo vibe because, you know, people kind of disassociate fun and you know, vibes with church, because it, you know, it is, like, church is monotonous, it's boring. What is whole Jesus thing about? But how did you guys come up with the theme, and why did you guys choose that theme?
Well, essentially, we are interested in raising money to get our vestry built. Okay?
Yes.
And one of our members, one of the committee members, said, let's have an evening of musical vibes. That should attract people. That should attract many people, including younger people.
Yes.
Now, let me tell you something about fundraising. And when you're raising funds, it's generally older people who have money.
Well, true.
Yes. But still, you still want to have the younger component, because it is church. Church is for everybody.
Right.
Okay, from the smallest child to the oldest person. So we thought a name like this would give us the widest kind of attraction possible. So we came up with that name. And the other thing is that you may not know it, sir, but Methodism is born in song. That is what we are told, you know. A lot of the music and so within churches are from our Methodist founders, the Wesleys.
Okay.
And so we have in our churches, all the 10 churches, a range of people who can sing, they can play.
Including yourself?
Well, yes, we will say that, you know, because we're generous. But who can sing, who can play the organ, who play the piano, who we have a violinist, and, you know, a harmonica.
Right.
You know, so we have all these people, and we thought, well, let us bring all these people together. At one time, we thought we might have to have 2 concerts.
Oh, really?
You know, but we decided let us be reasonable for now.
Reasonable.
Who knows, we may come back again with another concert.
So, Reverend, just share with us, you know, besides the fundraising, you know, what is the outcome, you know, of this event? Because obviously, aside from throwing it for a fundraiser, you have to have a song program. Are you going to be singing? Are you going to be leading the choir? If we want to have a better term, just share with us what to expect from this event.
Well, you make me laugh there because there's a lot to that question about the singing and leading the choir. But no singing, leading the choir. It might have been an attraction, but for the wrong reasons.
No, don't say that.
But yeah, interestingly enough, in response to what is, let's say, the outcome, you know, I noted that you prefaced the thing by saying, you know, so many people think of church as boring and that kind of thing. And I noticed as well when you introduced the program, you said, let's take it down a little. So I wondered why you were going to take it down and not take it up.
Meaning, well...
You know, but it is unfortunate, but I think you're right. A lot of people don't associate church with joy and fun and laughter, which is amazing because fundamentally, Christianity really, when you talk about the Bible saying in the presence of God, there's fullness of joy. So we really anticipate this is an event that people are going to enjoy. It's going to be uplifting, inspirational, meaningful, and purposeful because, as you said, it's not just about raising funds. It is raising funds for a project, and it's not just about building a vestry. It is really, the vestry is really a space, let's say at the back of the church now, it would be where it allows us to do some additional ministry-related things. You know, you have a room where the children, for example, will be able to have Sunday school gathered there and so forth. But it's how we continue through the structure to create space and opportunity for us as a church to grow and to have a more meaningful impact on lives. Because fundamentally, whatever the building looks like, our goal is really to change lives.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And while we are talking about the event, is there a date? I have a lot of questions about this event.
Yeah.
You know, especially if you want me there. Right, I need to know if there's free food. You know, am I going to get VVIP tickets? What is it cost? Well, I presume the venue might be at the church, but I'll leave that for you guys to share with the viewers.
All right, the venue is the Anne Mitchell Gift Auditorium at the Scarborough Library. And the cost is only $100. Now, in making the announcement last Sunday at church, the steward said, well, the concert is going to be so excellent that she's suggesting people walk with $500, right? You're going to pay $1 for the ticket. And then at the end of the concert, she suggests you decide if you want to leave the other $400 for the vestry. Okay? The program is going to be so excellent. Let me tell you how or what kinds of artists we are going to have. All right. First,
the Walls Group.
I beg your pardon?
We having Kirk Franklin?
No, we're bigger than that, man. Come on, man. Don't belittle us like that, man. We have our local stars bigger than that.
Right.
First, let me tell you about Keyshawn Julian, the fantastic panogrammer champion in 2021. He is on the program.
Okay.
All right, so that is one. We have Ricardo Seals, the saxophonist. Well, everybody knows Ricardo Seals. We have Mrs. Joanna Douglas Chadband. Anybody who would have seen her performance 2 music festivals ago. Murder in the Market. That she
Murder
did
in the Market?
Murder in the Market
Who
was
she
one
killed?
of that. She was
reporting on it.
dramatizing that, you
Right.
know. And of course, at that music festival, she entered about 10 categories, right? So an excellent musician. She's on the program. We have the Scarborough Methodist School Choir. They are the music festival champions from the last music festival.
Okay.
All right.
Only champions on this thing?
Yeah. And not only that, one of the conductors received a national award yesterday.
Right.
You see, so that is the caliber of persons who are going to be in this concert. Long ago, when I was growing up, many years ago, on this island, everybody had a mouth organ. Everybody had a mouth organ. Well, now you know it's a harmonica, and we have a gentleman from Charlottesville, Mr. Marcel. He will be playing some harmonica tunes for us. So it is a wide range, and of course we have dances in between there to change the pace at intervals. So it's going to be a fantastic concert.
And just to add, I don't think I have to make an argument for it, but Kirk Franklin can't pay the pan like Keyshawn Julian.
Well, true.
All right.
That's true. Yeah. But my question about free food, well, at least for me, right? I didn't.
Well, we have some containers for competitors. So if you want to come and sing,
so I had to participate.
Yes,
that's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Participants.
Because I mean, you're sure you want me to participate because I don't want to shut down your show,
Okay, you'll be so good. Well, we will put you on as the last participant.
That might be very prudent to do, right? Because I don't know what would happen
afterward, right? So
when I take the floor, But it's really interesting to see that you have this event. And I really do wish you guys all the best in raising the necessary funds to expand the church, because the church plays a very key role in adding stability, especially in a time where we have increasing crime, increasing externalities affecting our youth and our space.
You're smart, man.
My final question to you guys is, what next? You can't just have this thing so good and come here and talk about it so well that this is the first and last and only stint of it. So when is the next stint of this event? And if not, what other events you guys have for the rest of the year, especially for we young people who want to continue the vibes?
Okay, if you want to take that.
Well, I think to answer it this way, I think the success of this is going to be the deciding factor on going forward. And because we anticipate it would be extremely successful, then it will lay the foundation for a continuation of this kind of event. We have had similar but not the same. So this is in some ways, let's say, a pioneering event. I think we also had, for example, like a curry queue and some other activities towards raising funds for the vestry project. But we're really hoping that as the vestry project is completed, it would also provide us with an opportunity, not just space, to not only have events for young people, but for young people and the church to continue to grow, touching the lives of our young people, adults, everybody. So it's, as I said earlier, I know your question is an event-oriented one, but I'm responding in a more conceptual framework, holistic, because you alluded to the fact of the importance of the church in our community. And I've said to people all the time, in all my few years growing up, I have discovered that the vast majority of young people who are in church are not in crime. Vast, significantly so. And so it seems to me that the more you have your children and young people in church, is the less they are in crime. And so,
and more in Christ.
And more in, man, you got this thing more than right, man. You got this thing right. And it is the fact. And I think, and I don't think we have recognized that. I've said to people, I say, if you look at 40, 50 years ago, where we had less money, less education, formal education, we had less crime. Now we have more money, more education certificates and all of that, but more crime. And you know, if you put those two periods together, 40, 50 years ago, you had less money, less education, more church, and less crime.
So let me ask you something. Is it that you're indirectly saying that, you know, we should have less? No, given that you're trying to correlate having less, you know, with less crime. What is it?
I'm saying we should have more church, more God,
church.
more Christ.
Because I need to ask that question because, you know, people could run away with the wrong notion.
Oh, no. I'm saying we had all those
yes.
less then, but because we had more Christ. So even when there was less money, less education, less, we had more Christ and we had less crime.
Yes.
And I'm saying, therefore, having more money, having more education is not a solution to the problem of crime. It is having more God, more Christ, and the more people are in Christ. And for me, it's a simple maths, you know. If you look at it, if somebody sincerely gives their life to Christ, and what the profile of living for Christ means you can't be a criminal. So if you have more persons,
you shouldn't be a criminal.
No, you can't.
Shouldn't.
When you consider what the profile of living for Christ is. So if you are living for Christ, not if you say you're living for Christ, but if you are, then you cannot and will not be a criminal.
Right.
So it is something that we have taken for granted. And so for us as a church, the building is really a part of our seeking to expand our ministry, because we do believe that the problem of crime isn't a problem. Guns and so are part of the problem, but the fundamental problem, I keep saying recently, is sin, is people's sense of right and wrong.
Yes.
So the solution to sin is not less guns and so forth. The solution to sin is Christ, how we help to change people's lives and hearts. And a lot of our young people, that's where we need to point them back, and because that is a solution.
And I don't mean to chime in and cut you off.
No, man.
But I need to ask the two of you, you know, given your relation to this laudable feat, do you see that, you know, were you able to see the commentary where the chief secretary was highlighting the young man, indicating that, you know, he has a relative who is making a lot more money than the chief secretary, kind of alluding to the fact that it is a lucrative thing, more attractive, you know, giving reasons as to why crime is. Do you believe that the church on a whole, not just your church, but the church on a whole is doing enough to meet the needs of people? That's one. And two, you hear the notion of teach a man how to fish. Is the church doing that enough so that, you know, we can set people up for life? Because the truth is, the Bible says that we should be the head and not the tail, right? Nothing is wrong with being rich, right? Or having a lot, right? So what are your comments on that? You know, because as Christendom kind of preaches that, you know, you should take little and live long. You know, you shouldn't really be all of this. But just share.
Well, two things. I think to answer the question directly first, no. I think it's obvious that the church is not doing enough.
Right.
Because if we were doing enough, we wouldn't have the problems we have.
Right.
But I think the principle, the fundamental principle of the gospel is not little. Is really contentment.
Right.
Paul puts it very effectively by saying, if I have plenty, if I have little, I've learned to be grateful for, you know, where God has, because God, the parable of the talents, or the parable of the talents says, God gave one, he gave one 5. So it's not everybody will get 5.
Right.
And how we help our young people and our adults to appreciate not everybody will have 5.
Right.
That's part of the narrative, because we are not poorer. Our young people today don't have less than our grandparents. And when I hear people say poverty is the problem, when you consider what we have today, you know, the average young person, the amount of sneakers and shoes and clothes and so that they have, and you're saying, but they're still struggling, and they're still, because we have not taught them
to be content.
To be content, you know. When you consider now, you know, you had one piece of bread, and that piece of bread had to be shared up sometime between 2 and 3, and you had to smile with that. And now you have young people saying, I don't want that bread unless it has ham and cheese and all of that. And so we have not taught, and that's where I think one of the ways in which I think we have failed the generations that are coming up. We have not taught them contentment, and so we have created an entitlement thing. So I want what I have without having to work for it. I want to be the basketball star without having to put in the hours. I want to be the best without having to make the sacrifices. So we have not taught our young people well enough. And so I think that sense of entitlement is, look over the man making all the money. I want to make the money too. I don't want to take the hard road of getting there. There's an easier path and I'll take it.
Right. Thank you very much. And your thoughts?
Oh, I quite agree with my minister with what he says, because, you know, it is obvious, you see, because I am not a young person, so I know what life was like back in the day. No, I'm telling you the truth. And I understood in the days when you used to have like 2 or 3 outfits. One is for your everyday business and you have 2 for church. And you wear one Sunday, so next Sunday you wear the other one, and then the following Sunday you go back to number 1. That is what we knew. But as Rev says, now things are different. People expect to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of everything, and you're wearing it twice and then you're not wearing it again. You dump that and you go and you buy a new one. That is what life is like now, and we are of course paying for it. We are of course paying for it. But I don't want us to forget our concert, however, because this is a very nice spiritual discussion. Right? So remember, Sunday the 29th at the Anne Mitchell Gift Auditorium. We are selling our tickets, but there may be 1 or 2 available. So if you decide you want to come and you don't have a ticket, still come. We will try and accommodate you. Okay?
And call the office.
Oh, call the church office.
What is the church office's number?
639-2476.
Just repeat it kindly for the viewers.
639-2476. And let me also tell you, our minister can sing.
Yeah,
he may not be singing for this concert, but he can sing.
He's just trying to be modest.
Yes. Okay.
And you too. Right? Well, it was a pleasure having you guys here this morning, sharing your event. I know it will be a success. So for those of you who are so interested, just remember it's at the Anne Mitchell Gift Auditorium at the Scarborough Library. It's going to be on the 29th of September. That is this Sunday. At what time?
4:30 p.m.
It's going to begin at 4:30 p.m. till, right? 4:30 p.m. till. Get your tickets and remember to support the event. Bring a friend as well. You know, this is a fundraising event, and bring all your money. Right? Pay was last week or a couple of days ago for most of us. But anyway, we want to thank you guys again for coming. Thank you again, and I pray that you have more events like these. It's a pleasure meeting you, Honorable Reverend, and
pleasure meeting you,
Mrs. Philippa. A pleasure to meet you as well.
Thank you very much.
Guys, unfortunately, this brings us to the end of this this interview and Tobago Updates Youth Wednesday here with us. Guys, it's always a pleasure being here with you, sharing with you, and bringing the youthful vibes smack in the middle of the week. I hope you guys remain safe. Be very cognizant of the elements that is perplexing Tobago at this time. And young people who are back out at school, I wish you guys all the best in all your endeavors. And remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We go over to Good Morning Tobago with Miss Felix.
Makeda Vane. I am from Trinidad and Tobago and I am 12 years old.
Makeda is the only person from the English-speaking Caribbean who have qualified for this tournament in Mexico twice. She's the only one who have won 7 international singles and doubles titles in this area. So she's a real outstanding athlete. It was really a pleasure working with him, and I must compliment Coach Sheldon, who have been with me. There's a little joke with me. I gave Coach Sheldon his first racket. And I'm very proud. And the work he has put in with Makeda is tremendous. Not just on court, it's the discipline.
I'm a proud father, coach, to see somebody right there from Tobago, from Crusoe Isle Tennis Club, could be doing so well. So really, really feeling proud. I've been coaching here for about 30 years. So she's been coming here since she won 2 ever since to now. Besides me, I have Coach Williams, Coach Larry, it also have Coach Dunstan, also it have parents, Mrs. Sandy, people who really come out and support. Sometimes when you don't have the funds to go in tournament, they always help, who will donate a racket or 2 rackets. So it's really like the whole community in Tobago really support Makeda for she to meet this far.
You know, I know that as a national players, they have been claimed nationally and so on. But I want folks to remember that they come from Shore Park, right here in Tobago, and we are quite proud of the history of work and the body of work that Coach Williams has done over the years, and we're still going.
I hope when I reach Masters, I could meet in the top 5 places.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly. This project represents a key step in our commitment to enhancing energy resilience, increasing renewable energy penetration, and reducing greenhouse gas emissions in Tobago, in line with the government's objective of reducing overall greenhouse gas emissions by 15% by the year 2030.
It will impact the school's identity in an enormous way because Charlottesville Methodist Primary School is the first primary school within Trinidad and Tobago where we have solar panel.
For us, this project is more than just technical work. It's a powerful statement of our commitment to renewable energy solutions, education, and preserving our beautiful island for future generations. The world is rapidly changing, and with it, our approach to energy. By installing this solar system, we reduce our carbon footprint and cultivate environmental stewardship among young minds.
And one of the key factors towards us becoming the greatest little island on the planet is us accepting our climate responsibility. And to see Charlottesville leading, I felt extremely proud.
I feel great because we are saving energy and reducing our carbon footprint on the earth, and that helps to reduce pollution.
For a very long time, we have been reliant solely on hydrocarbons, but this is a step in the right direction, a step towards diversifying our energy consumption patterns and a step towards doing so in the most sustainable manner.
If we spread these initiatives all over this country, it means then that TNTech will no longer have to generate and depend on NGC for billions of dollars in gas that we can now have at our disposal, that we can now use to build more schools and to build more roads and to build more hospitals and to improve the living circumstances of the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun, and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
Tobago! It's such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival, we're right here. We're not leaving till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, is rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real Titans of Soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, Ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free, and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Every time, every time, every time, yeah. Every single time.
morning and welcome to Good Morning Tobago Updates. I am your host, Chanel Felix. And you know, whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's interesting conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds. Several Tobagonians were honored with the Hummingbird Gold and Silver medals at the 55th Trinidad and Tobago National Awards ceremony at the President's Residence House last evening. 5 individuals received the Hummingbird Gold Medal: Arlene Allen Daniel, Beverly Ramsey Moore for Culture, Arts and Community Development, Dr. James Armstrong for Arts and Public Service, Naveen Stewart for Sport, specifically cricket, and Stanford Calendar for Public and Community Service. Meanwhile, for the Hummingbird Medal Silver, 2 individuals were awarded: Cindy Ramnarayan for Education and Duvon Stewart for Culture and the Arts. Additionally, property owners and occupiers who have received property tax assessment notices from the Board of Inland Revenue now have until November 29th to pay without penalties, as per the legal notice 175 of 2024. The Finance Minister also extended the deadline for issuing notices to October 31st to address delays some homeowners are experiencing. Finance Minister Colin Imbert acknowledged the challenges with notice distribution and assured that additional payment options are being explored. And finally, at the annual Republic Day Awards ceremony in Tobago, several groups and individuals were honored for their outstanding performances and contribution in and around Tobago. The Zion Hill Youth Club was named the most impactful youth organization of 2024, while the House of Judith received the Entrepreneur of the Year award. The Mount St. George Village Council was recognized as the most impactful NGO, CBO, and FBO, while Marlon Toppin was awarded the most outstanding sports personality male, and Onella Walker received the same honor in the female category. The award for the Minister's Spirit Award was presented to Jamel Morton. And that was on news in 90 seconds. Now we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this as we continue this morning's topics and conversations. See you soon.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. When I'm around you, I feel like the heavens has come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road. It's a miracle.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Attention members, now is your chance to double.
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. This morning, as we continue our conversations, we are chatting with Mr. Wendell Everly, and we're talking about all that we saw happening yesterday at the Tobago Republic Day celebrations, and what does that mean for us here in Tobago and to be Tobagonian. Good morning, Mr. Everly, and welcome. This morning we're talking about the parade that happened yesterday in Roxborough, and a bit about how the Republic Day celebration impacts us on an individual level as well as a community level. The importance of educating our next generation to continue these celebrations and not only to celebrate but to also understand what that means for us. And as we try to connect with Mr. Everly this morning, we want to thank all the servicemen and women who came out yesterday and, you know, showed out in their numbers, all the persons who went up to Roxborough and celebrated and had fun with that. The fireworks yesterday. I really hope that you guys had a great time. Now this morning I'm looking forward to your comments. I'm looking forward to your likes and your shares as we engage in this morning's discussions. Now I'm gonna find out from my producer if we do have Mr. Everly on with us so that we can begin our conversation. So I'm hearing that he's not on as yet, so we're gonna take a brief break right here and we'll be back as we, you know, reconnect. See you soon.
Tune like this.
Don't worry, my wife will fuck it up. Make me happy whenever you fuck it. So me play very hard, fiesta, fun.
This one is for the people and them who don't care what nobody else have to say about them.
Them none of cash, broke what you have, what you know about.
It's too early for that.
Too early, good on. They do but then enough 9-9. Girl, go the clump, can't ride. Nice.
Who's the one friend can drink all the alcohol no matter what?
Put a bottle and spoon and a cup in my hand and I'm winding up on me man.
Dream.
Don't tell me about work I out on the road today. Don't tell me about work I out on the road today. Don't tell me about work I out on the road today.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show. And everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show. And everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Go in. You have to stop it. You have to stop it.
Welcome to my kitchen, guys.
You have to stop it, everyone.
That's it. That's the intro. Let's do it one more time, right?
Attention all talented individuals and groups in Tobago. This is your moment to shine. Showcase your skills in music, dance or drama at Tobago Star Quest. Prelim auditions are held every Sunday across various communities throughout Tobago. Seize the chance to win exciting prizes and demonstrate your talent. For more details, visit our Instagram page at tobago.star.quest or email tobagostarquest@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing you there.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Now, as we continue our conversation on Republic Day celebration, I have the privilege of chatting virtually with activist Wendell Everly. And now, if you know, you know that he was one of those persons who was a part of that attempted coup in 1990. Good morning, Mr. Everly, and welcome to Good Morning Tobago.
Good morning to Tobago. Good morning to all your listeners. Thank you again for having me on. Just one thing I want to correct you on, and it's I was part of the attempted coup.
You were not involved, but you were there.
I was a hostage on July the 27th, 1990. That's 34 years ago. But today yesterday we celebrate Republic Day, 48 years again. We must not forget
We're having somewhat of an issue with your connection. As we attempt to have this conversation this morning, we're experiencing a bit of technical difficulty there with Mr. Wendell Everly. But as he clarified, he was one of those hostages and not one of those persons who attempted that coup. But the gist of this morning's conversation has to do with why it is important for us, not just on a national level, but also on an individual level, to take national pride in celebrating these types of events and activities and all the events that has led up to Trinidad and Tobago being where it is today. Now, when we look at, young persons from different parts of the world, whether it be Europe or the United States or Canada, we hear young persons talking thoroughly about their history and who they are and where they came from. So it's important for us to educate our youth on what it means to be Trinbagonian and all the activities that led to us even becoming a republic nation. Good morning and welcome back, Mr. Everly.
Good morning. We must ask ourselves, what are we achieving by having Republic Day? And if we are truly a republic country, Trinidad and Tobago. And the reason why I'm saying this, because I think what we're lacking right now, and we're seeing in Trinidad and Tobago, a lack of statecraft in our country. And when we talk about statecraft diplomacy, it must start from the top, from the president, come down. And when we have a president of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, I always say the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, we first become Republic the 1st of September 1976, and we celebrate it on the 24th of September 1976. And after our Republican Constitution, the first Parliament met. But we must ask ourselves, if we see statecraft diplomacy not being followed by the head of state, then something is definitely wrong in Trinidad and Tobago. Because if we could have an attempted coup in our country 34 years ago, which is the anniversary on the 27th, and then you have the president of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago coming to lay a week on the 29th of July, then it shows something like whoever is advising the president not giving her the correct date. And what's shocking to me is knowing that the president, who served as a former member of parliament, a former minister, and former Senate of the president, should know that July the 27th is the anniversary of the attempted coup that took place in Trinidad and Tobago, which is part of our history, and not the 29th of July. So we are seeing we lacking statecraft leadership coming from the head. And these are the things we must point out, and we must let the population know that we cannot have the head of state doing a disservice, not only to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, but to the families who lost their loved one on July the 27th, 1990. I was in America on September the 11th this year, 23 years where they celebrate the attack on their soil, where over 2,900 persons were murdered during a terrorist attack. And I was in Times Square, and I saw the President of America, Joe Biden. I saw the Vice President, Kamala Harris. I saw also the candidate for the Republican, Donald Trump, was there also. And I saw Republicans and Democrats was there also in attendance. And they read out every single family member name who was murdered on that day. And that thousands of people recognizing that this was an attack on the soil and the people of our United States of America. But in Trinidad here, I have been writing the president umpteen letters. This president, I wrote her 2 letters since she in office, never is get acknowledgement. And then today, yesterday they will come and tell us about Republic Day. Right? We have to ask ourselves, are we truly a Republican country? Are we truly recognizing what the day really stands for? That's why in Trinidad and Tobago, we need constitutional reform. And without proper constitutional reform, our country will continue remaining in the state we are in today. Look what's going on in Tobago. I listened to Martin George. I think he's the chairman of the Business Chamber of Tobago. And he's calling again for other shake-up in the TTPS in Tobago. Because how Tobago reached where it is today? Who are to be held accountable for all these guns? It entered Trinidad, now it's flowing over into Tobago. The crime entered Trinidad, now it's flowing over into Tobago. The murders in Trinidad, now it's flowing over into Tobago. So something is definitely up. So what are we celebrating as a community, as a nation?
So, Mr. Everly, are you saying that if the government has not taken the initiative to celebrate that 1990 coup and recognize it as a national holiday, that the Republic Day celebrations are basically null and void and unnecessary?
Yes, it's null and void. We don't have a public holiday, but we must remember our citizens was murdered. Sitting Prime Minister who come from Tobago, right? The first Prime Minister of Tobago, the first in everything, the one who fought for the court, that we're seeing that.
We are having a bit of an issue hearing your audio, so we're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back right after this. See you soon.
Stop. You don't have to sneak in. You don't have to sneak. Pigeon Point security, we have an access pass. You don't have to sneak in.
What access pass is that?
The new Pigeon Point Breaking Beach access card. With this card, you can get free access to Pigeon Point, a free umbrella, and a free chair. So make sure you get your Pigeon Point access card.
I can get that?
Definitely. This is your access card, so you can now go into Pigeon Point.
Okay. Guys, we outside in Pigeon Point, sun and sand, and we enjoying it with we access cards. All social media links to Youth Voice and Pigeon Point would be tagged, and stay tuned for it.
And welcome back. We have been chatting with activist Wendell Everly, who was one of those 1990 hostages with that 1990 attempted coup. Good morning and welcome back, Mr. Everly. Before we took the break, you had a bit of a technical difficulty with your audio. You were indicating that the Republic Day celebrations are basically null and void if the government has not taken the initiative to recognize and celebrate, you know, the persons who would have lost their lives during that 1990 coup. So you can go ahead.
You asked earlier on, yes, you were saying concerning the communities. Okay, then, for instance, in Tobago, but the young ones, what they understand about Republic Day. A son of the soil of Tobago, I listened to him give a lecture, and he asked the question, what are we celebrating Republic Day for? Is it a ceremonial day? Or is it a day that we could say Trinidad and Tobago achieve something where Republic Day is concerned? For instance, in Tobago, is the school children know about some of the great men and women that passed through Tobago? Is that being taught in the school to let them know about this is what Tobagonians achieve since independence to now Republic Day? Did they know the history of A&R Robinson? You all just lose another well-educated person, Regional Dumas. The Tobagonians know about him. I listened to the former Chief Secretary, Deputy Chief Secretary, came to a reclaiming ceremony, Watson Duke, and he said, that was the first year in office, he said that the history of A&R Robinson will be taught in school. He called on the Secretary of Education and he said, matter of fact, they are going to implement it. They're coming out of office. Have they implemented? No. So how could we say we, as a republic country, celebrate Republic Day 48 years? Yes, we have challenges. We're facing challenges. We have to thank God for where we reached from then to now, from independence to republic to where we are today. But we have to hold leaders. And if we don't hold leaders to account, then something definitely wrong, because we put leaders there to direct the cause, direct our future. We put leaders there to make decisions on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But when you have leaders showing disrespect to history, what do you expect to get from the young people? And then we always want to blame the youth and want to blame the young ones. And is that what we lacking? We have to ask ourselves, why is we celebrating Republic Day? Is it a ceremonial day for the president? Is it a ceremonial day for you to just hand out awards? You change the awards from Independence Day to now Republic Day. In 1999, Republic Day holiday was removed to make way for Spiritual Baptist Day. In 2001, 2002, Republic Day came back when Patrick Manning came in as Prime Minister, and he bring back Republic Day. They changed the award ceremony from Independence Day to Republic Day. So what it is we really achieve as a young nation, 48 years. That's why I keep saying we need constitutional reform. And the only way we could get constitutional reform in this country is we have to have the right set of people sitting in our parliament, the 41 elected members. And we, the people who put them there, we want them that have to do what it is we want for our country. Because when they go in there, study their parliament, when you get elected, you are a representative for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You are a representative for all the constituents in your constituency. Either they vote for you or they did not. Either they vote for you or they did not support you. When election come and finish, you have to see about the people of this country. And what we are seeing today is a set of partisan politics. And the people have been suffering, and the place is getting worse and worse. We are crying out right now for meaningful leadership in the TTPS. We are crying out now for parents to hold their children accountable. When you can have a chief secretary saying to the people of Tobago that a primary school student told him that his uncle make more money than him and his uncle living a life of crime. So then you can't blame that primary school student for saying what he said to the chief secretary. The parents know who there's children involved in criminality and they do nothing about it. You know why? Because they gains from the illegal gains that them collecting and bringing home. And a parent wouldn't ask a child, your daughter come home, you see her with a big gold chain, she ain't working away, she's still in school, where you get that gold chain from? Your son come home, he ain't working away, he come with a set of nice sneakers, they ain't asking where you get that from, right? And this is the problem that we have going on right now. And we just want to put the blame on the teachers. When parents are allowing the problem where the children see them at home, take to the school. And then we have a next problem in the school where children now is not listening to teachers. I just feel sorry for teachers when they go to school. You can see the frustration every day. School now open, I see fighting in school in Trinidad. Well, how we reach there is something.
Thank you so much, Mr. Everly. Guys, we're going to come back with much more conversation right after this. See you soon.
So guys, there are some new developments in housing in Tobago. So it's goat racing time. This is 116, the show that keeps you in the know with all things Tobago House of Assembly. Each week, 116 delivers a fun and engaging overview of the latest developments, achievements, activities, and events of our dynamic assembly. So join me. Let's dive into the Tobago House of Assembly's Week in Review right here on 116.
I'm so relieved Javel gave me this money. Now I could enjoy the holidays with my family and not have to worry about monies for bags, books, and shoes.
Javel? Who is Javel? She could give me some money too?
Javel is the July-August vacation education loan at Bethel Credit Union. Up to $20,000 to help with all additional expenses during this July-August.
Yes, you heard right. Call the Bethel Credit Union and ask for Javel. She'll hook you up with the money to take care of all your additional expenses this holiday season. Open to new members too. Get up to $20,000 and have a worry-free holiday with Javel. Call 639-8226 or 631-1336 or message us on Facebook for more information.
I can't live without you, I can't be without you for too long. Cause when I'm around you, I feel like the heavens just come down. I feel it in my soul every time we on the road is a miracle.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Embark on an adventure to the greatest little island on the planet. Tobago invites you to ritual, revelry, and release.
Whining in the Bago sun, having Bago fun in Bago drinking rum. We go jump up and carry on.
From October 25th to the 27th, 2024, experience the energetic vibe, the vibrant colors, and the unforgettable spirit of the Tobago Carnival.
Down here in Tobago. In Tobago.
Whether you're tripping down the road or marveling at the beauty and creativity of our artisans, Tobago Carnival is an adventure.
I said I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for Carnival to come. So I call all my friends, making my plans for the Tobago Carnival fun.
Join us for ritual, revelry, and release. Tobago Carnival 2024, where every moment is memorable.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, buljoil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off. Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing.
Are you an architect or draftsman looking to upgrade your skills, or a beginner eager to master essential tools? ReCAD Labs has the solution. Our Revit Architecture Fundamental Tobago course is designed to boost your skills and confidence. Running from October 6th to November 17th, this course includes a live session on November 17th for hands-on learning. Learn from experts in our virtual classroom and stay ahead in the world of architecture. Visit recadlabs.com to enroll now and follow us on social media for updates.
Attention members, now is your chance to double or even triple your dividend payment with no increase in your existing loan payment. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to boost your dividends effectively. Whether you're planning a vacation or simply looking to maximize your savings, we've got you covered. Call us today at 639-8226 or 631-1336. Message us on Facebook for more information. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Bethel Credit Union, because we see you at BCU.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong and the vibes is
Good morning, and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. This morning we had an interesting conversation, though we had a bit of a technical difficulty with Mr. Eversley, who was one of those persons who was a part of the hostages during the 1990 coup. And he would have expressed that in celebrating Republic Day or even Independence Day, Trinidad and Tobago as a nation needs to focus more on issues such as, crime and improving crime on the island of Trinidad and Tobago, as well as recognizing some of the stalwarts that went before them. But this morning, even as we wrap up this morning's discussion, we want to say congratulations to all the individuals who would have received awards over the weekend, and I'm going to go over that a bit again. The presidents would have given out several awards, the Hummingbird Gold as well as the Hummingbird Silver medals, and we want to say a congratulations to Arlene Allen Daniel as well as Beverly Ramsey Moore, who would have gotten the Hummingbird Gold medal for Culture, Arts and Community Development, Dr. James Armstrong for Arts and Public Service, Naveen Stewart for Sport, specifically cricket, and Stanford Kalinda for Public and Community Service. And the Hummingbird Medal Silver were given to two individuals, Cindy Ramnarine for Education as well as Duvon Stewart for Culture and the Arts. Additionally, there was that Tobago Award ceremony that happened at the Delaford Community Center right after the parade, and several groups were recognized for their outstanding work, and we saw the Zion Hill Youth Club, who was named the most impactful youth organization for 2024, while the House of Judith was awarded for Entrepreneur of the Year. We saw the Mount St. George Village Council being recognized for most impactful NGO, CBO, and FBO, while Marlon Toppin was awarded the most outstanding sports personality male, as well as Onella Walker for swimming in the female category. And finally, we saw that in the Minister's Spirit Award, Mr. Jamel Morton would have gotten that award. And if you know Mr. Jamel Morton, you know that, they have been going around doing charity and just doing something good and giving back to the community. So we want to give special congratulations to him for all the work that he has been doing, and that this award would just be the beginning of much more. We saw, I think he gave away a vehicle sometime during the year, and he just, him and his team, they come out and they just really do good for the community and persons in Tobago that they interact with. So again, congratulations to all awardees who would have gotten their award. And if you have been doing good in your community, continue to do so. I mean, you may not be recognized now, but just with your hard work and your consistency, your work would not go unrecognized or unrewarded. So I want to thank you guys so much this morning for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the discussion through your likes, your shares, and your comments. And thank you for all that you have been doing to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, have a great day and thank you.
It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the